I have zero intention of paying this debt. My college roommate Ashley thought she could screw me over during finals week. She borrowed my laptop for her final presentation worth 50% of her grade, claiming hers died and she'd fail without mine. Being a decent person, I said yes. The presentation was due at midnight on Thursday. I needed my laptop back by Friday morning for my own final project. Ashley promised she'd return it Thursday night after submitting. Thursday came and went. No Ashley, no laptop. I texted her around 10 p.m. asking where she was. She replied saying she was still working and would bring it back in the morning. I told her I needed it first thing Friday because my project was due Monday. Friday morning, I knocked on her door. Her boyfriend answered and said she left early to visit her sister 2 hours away with my laptop for the weekend. I called her, completely panicking. She acted like it was no big deal and said she'd bring it back Sunday night. When I explained I needed it for my own final project, she just said, "Figure something out," and hung up. That's when I remembered something crucial. I had installed tracking software on my laptop after it got stolen from the coffee shop last semester, and I had remote access to everything. I logged into the tracking app and saw my laptop was indeed at her sister's apartment. More importantly, I could see everything she was doing on it. That's when I discovered something shocking. Ashley hadn't just borrowed my laptop for her presentation. She had copied my entire research folder for History 201, the same class I was taking. She had literally plagiarized my entire semester's worth of work and submitted it as her own. I took screenshots of everything. Her browsing history showed her accessing my files, copying my research, even using my bibliography. The timestamps proved she did it all after borrowing my laptop. Sunday night, she finally returned my laptop, acting like nothing happened. I asked her how her presentation went. She grinned and said it went perfectly. Probably my best work ever. Monday morning, I went straight to our history professor with the evidence. The tracking software had logged everything. Ashley's presentation was literally my research with her name on it. The professor was livid. Not only did Ashley get a 0 on her final presentation, but she was reported to the academic honor board. Since this was worth 50% of her grade, she failed the entire course. Here's where it gets interesting. Ashley had to retake the class over summer to graduate on time. Summer tuition at our school was $2,800 for one course. Her parents made her pay for it herself since she got caught cheating. 3 weeks later, Ashley confronted me in the library demanding I pay her back the $2,800 because it was my fault she got caught. She said if I hadn't set her up with the tracking software, none of this would have happened. I looked at her dead in the eye and said, "I have zero intention of paying this debt." She tried to argue that I owed her because I had entrapped her. I pointed out that normal people don't go through their roommates' files and steal their work. The tracking software was there because my laptop had been stolen before, not to catch her cheating. Ashley got so furious, she started yelling about how I ruined her future. Other students started looking over. I just shrugged and said, maybe she should have thought about that before stealing my research. She tried to get our mutual friends to pressure me into paying. When they heard the whole story, they all sided with me. Some even admitted Ashley had tried to copy their work before too. Ashley's parents found out exactly why she failed and cut off her allowance for the rest of college. She had to get a campus job just to afford basic expenses. She graduated a semester late with a permanent academic integrity violation on her record. I heard from a friend that it cost her a prestigious internship because they ran background checks.